教会の中にいるのは一体どんな連中なんだ？
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
まともに見てもいない連中のために警察を巻き込もうっていうのか。
Well, there's also the machinery.
装置なんだ装置。
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
もうね、ショートしそうだ。
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
何か。
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
いいから4点言ってほしいわ。
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
だがはっきりと誰かを目にしたわけではないんだな。
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church a couple of times, and we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
その女は赤毛ではなかったがトラックの運転手では？
Sure, why not?
マジで？
Yeah.
ルビー？
But not really. Brown hair.
なん
Old.
でどっちだよ。
Heavy dark sides.
どっちだよ。じゃあどっちなんだ。
What Noid said.
なんだよ。ちょっと期待したの今。じゃあね、何かに見られてるというのはどういうことだと。
Like you aren't alone, you know?
いやそれはわかる。
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
人間とは程遠い。やめてよ、またそういう話さ。もう怖いからやめてよ、マジで。
Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of
やだ、
crab
ちょっ
man.
ともう、怖い。怖いよ、カニ男。
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
怖いんだけど。バイオハザードのリッカーみたいな感じ。
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
やだ、怖い。本当にそれはカニ男だったのか。
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
はいはい。
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
分かった。じゃあ後で聞いてみる。じゃあ、そのなんか怪しい連中が運び込んだっていうその装置、について詳しく教えてくれないか。
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
はい。それじゃあノイドと話をしよう。
Good idea.
あとは、それじゃあ会ってもいない相手が廃人や中毒者だとどうしてわかるんだ？
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
なんだそれ。
Why not? Let's go with that.
その主張に間違ったところは少しも見当たらない。
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
まあじゃあ会ってみないとわかんないな。
Sure. What?
そうね、まあ個人的な考えとしては4番なんだけどね、ミュージッククラブだけを作ってもらうっていう風にしたいんだけど、今回ねロールプレイ的には5番かな。ハーブ作りをしなければことはうまく運ばないだろうと。クラブを続けるために必要なことをやれと。つまりミュージッククラブプラス、 なんでハーブ作りの製造所両方の計画を進めろっていうことだよね、これね。あんまりこれにしたくないけど、まあいいでしょ。
Yeah!
なんだイエーイ
Respectable. I'm really feeling the science right about now.
簡単にはいかないかもしれないぞ。教会の化け物たちは計画を喜びはしないだろうと。
But you can just evict them, right? You're the law, man. You've got this.
はいはい。じゃあいいや、これで。
As always, we'll be right here.
はーい。あ、キム。ずっとこの寒い中立ってたのね。なんか聞くことあったっけ、あとこの人に。エイシルだっけ。
The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
ちゃんと力を貸してやるさ。
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
はい、ちょっと待ってね。なんだっけ、カニ男のことも聞かなくちゃいけないんだっけ。君の仲間が俺を利用して、ハーブラボを作ろうとしていた。君も計画を知っていたんじゃないか。
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
なるほど。じゃあね、3番かな。構わないさ、俺は狂人だ。ただ計画を承知していることは伝えておきたかった。
Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. May I ask, what did you tell them?
企みを暴いてしまえばそれ以上の興味はない。俺は仲裁屋じゃないからな。そんなことは他の誰かに任せるさ。
Good call, detective. You can lose your mind trying to mediate everything these delinquents come up with.
We won't be anyone's problem. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
あいつらは君が教会に入ったと言っていたぞ。あそこで何を見た？
Oh, that. You're not gonna believe me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
それはどうかな。とにかく話してみてくれ。
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
女の人ね。
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
続けてくれ。
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
マジ怖いんだけど。これってホラーゲームだったっけ？
He stopped right before he got to the floor. Then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
怖い。なんか教会行きたくなくなってきた。
Like a crab, you say?
そのカニ男はどんな姿だった？
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
なんかさ、ただ釣ってあっただけじゃないの？なんかこうワイヤーみたいなもので釣ってあって、なんかその壁を張ってたんじゃないのかな。
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
おいおい、ごまかさないでくれ。男はどんな姿だったんだ？
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
一応人間だったのかね。
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
君は間違っていたな。その話信じよ
Why?
う。そうね。そう、妙なことは起きるものだと。
Okay then. They certainly do around me.
じゃあ実際にいたんだね、そのカニ男は。そうか。じゃあ次は教会に行くべきかな。そのなんだっけ、教会に行った女の人っていうのが気になるしね。それじゃあその教会にたむろってるっていうそのなんだっけ、怪しい人たちにちょっと話を聞きに行きたいんだけど。鍵をもらったんで、これでもう開けることができると思うんだよね。
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
はいはい。
Feels like electricity and a very small piece of nothingness.
はいはい。
Let's go.
よっしゃ。じゃあ扉を引く。
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. It's black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum.
はいはい。
In the heart of the city.
で、どんな感じかな、教会は。ステンドグラスか、これ。なんか割れてるけど、ここが。なんだろう、オーブが出てきたな。ちょっと待ってね。歩くべきだ。走りたいんだけど。じゃあちょっと教会の中を、調べていこうか。これはグロテスクな木造。なんか不気味な感じだね、ここね。あとはこれか、機械とか。なんかいろいろこう機材が持ち込まれてるね。いろんなところにね。これは複雑な数式。無線周波数関係あるの？本当に、ここにルビーいんのかな？これは水の入ったボール。コンタクトマイクとして使えるのだろうかと。人がいないのかな？壊れたギャラリーから冷たい風が吹き込んでくる。ここかな？ツインデッキのオープンリール式テーププレイヤー。ここで何してんだ？テープレコーダー。何かを録音しているかもしれないと。これは
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
はいはい。
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
電源が入ってる。あれこれってあれか、あそこにあったのと同じか。呪われた商業地区のさ、ところで見かけた変なキューブを使って起動させるラジオコンピューター。
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
はいはい。
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
まあそうなんだけどさ、寄り道もいいじゃないのよ。これ1番ね。だがこのコンピューター呪われた商業地区にあったものとそっくりだと。
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
なるほど。それで待ってくれ。ちょっと調べさせてほしいと。
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
はい。
The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
コンパートメントの中を覗く。
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, Log, February to March.
2月から3月。なんだろう。
Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
そうね。じゃあ再生をする。
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you.
また
Her
あの人
voice
か。
sounds 100 years old.
地下じゃないや。登られた商業地区で繋がった人と同じかな。
Good afternoon. Votre accident en Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Rapid Station 1.
はいはい。
Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
はい。多分同じ人だと思うな。
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
また俺だわ、イボンヌ。元気だったか？
Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
そしたらね、コアの中を覗いてみたんだが、フィラメントに貼られたテープにはログ2月から3月としか書かれていなかったと。
Good. Please
また
repeat
か
the
よ。
password.
またパスワード
Let's
かよ。
look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
そうね。
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you
はい
today?
はい。
Goodbye.
じ
The
ゃあ、あれ
machine's
か。
keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
とりあえずあれなんだよね。パスワードがわかんないことにどうしようもないんだよね。じゃあ印刷を押すと。
Nothing happens.
ですよね。じゃあちょっと周りを調べてみるしかないね。なんかさ、女の人がいるって言ってたよね。何
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore.
はいはい。
Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
何？待って、まだ何か聞こえる気がする。何怖いんだけど。
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual.
誰かがあれか？音源切ったのか？
You can hardly hear your own breathing.
そうね。できるだけ大きな声で叫んでみる。
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
何なのこのツッコミは。こんなん自信なくすわって。意味がわかんないよ。足を踏み鳴らし手を叩く。
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
キムの方を向く。何が起きてる？
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
それで？
Can you hear anything?
何も聞こえないんだけどな。ちょっと待ってね。クソほども聞こえん。
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
何なんだろう。なんで急に音が何もなくなったんだろう。そうね、1番にしとくか。多分何でもないんだ。俺たちの気のせいだ。
Maybe. Darkness often has that effect on people.
じゃあこれか。これなんて読むんだ？修老かな？城の中を見上げる。
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
なんだろう、この赤チェック。少し難しいで、影の向こうに目を凝らすと。72% か。まあやってみるか。よし。なんでこんな引くの？もしかしてなんか言ってたカニ男が？
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged
怖い
from
ん
the
だけど。
tower and it's making its way
やめろ。
toward you through all the other shadows.
怖い。マジ怖い。天井にいるのかと？
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
なんか6階建てらしいからね、この教会。
It's climbing.
怖い
Climbing
よ。
down, holding on the beams.
怖い。これなんだっけ？ホラーゲームだっけこれ。影の動きを目で追うと。
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
どこにいる？
Officer, is there something up there?
キムがあなたの目の動きを追う。あなたに見えているものを自分でも見ようとしている。
Oh no, you've lost sight of it.
ちょっとやめてよ。
Where did it go?
怖い怖い。
Prepare for an attack.
攻撃してくんの？マジでリッカーじゃないのこれ。瞬きをする。怖い怖い、何？なんで何がいる？
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark
誰
eyes.
だよこれ、一体。この人誰？てか人間だよね。怖っ。
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
うん。人間なんだよね。やだこれ。怖いわ。ちょっとさ、クイックセーブさせて。襲ってこないよね。まあいいや、話してみよう。何やってんのこんなとこ。
Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
いや、人間でしょ。人間だと信じたいよ。
The crab man.
カニ男。どうしようかな。そうね。お前が噂のカニ男か。
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
喋る？
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
どういうことだ？何がどう正解なんだ？
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
はいはい。
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
一つ聞いていいかな。ハーブ常習者だとさ、こういうとこに登り出すわけ？不思議なんだけど。
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
そうね。
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
そうね。あんまり主人公お酒飲んでないんだよね。ちょっと待ってね。じゃあ1番で、そうだな、少し問題を抱えていると言わざるを得ない。しかも最近ちょっと手に負えなくなってきているだが、と。
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
全くその通りだね。そうね。なぜ俺の気持ちが分かったんだ？
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes.
やだ。
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
そうだね。
Look at these crazes. What is this shit?
私が聞きたいよ。どうなってんのか。じゃあ。じゃあ1番かな。どういうわけか、あんたの言っていることは的を射ているように思う。
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
なんか今思考を獲得したね。はい。
This is the church of the mother of silence. You are welcome here.
てかこの人何者なんだよ。
This mother of silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
じゃあ2番にしとこうかな。あるレイバーたちがここをナイトクラブに変えたがっている。
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
まあそれは誰だって怖がるよね。そうね。で、じゃあ2番ね。で、どう思うっていうのはナイトクラブの件だが。
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
別に反対はしないわけね。
Might even be nice to have some company.
みんな悲鳴あげるんじゃないのこの人見たらさ。
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
あれかな、こんなとこにいると一人で寂しいんかな。もう一人の化け物がどこへ行ったか知らないかと、周辺にある奇妙な機械を指す。
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
ここには確かあれだよね。女の人がいるって言ってたんだよね。と、待ってくれ。では、この教会には実際もう一人住んでいる人間がいて、そいつはばあさんなのかと。
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
なんかすごい哲学的なこと言ってるね。
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
そう。私もそう思ったんだけどさ。
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive?
男は新郎の向こう側で光を点滅させながら佇むラジオコンピューターを一別し、首を横に振ると。
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
この人とその女の人っていうのは仲間とかじゃないのかな？
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
どちらもここに住んでいるんだ。知らないってことはないだろう。
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
そうなんだ。知らないんだね。関わり合いもないってことね。ではこれ以上俺に話せることはないということか、どういう特徴があるとか、何をしている人間だとか、何者なのかとか。
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
なるほどね。でもパスワードがわかんないんだよね。ひょっとしてなんだが、その老婦人がラジオコンピューターに向かってパスワードを言ってるのを聞いたりしてないかと。
Too many times, Essay.
マジ？
You need it for something.
おい。だからね、3番にしとこうか。正直一度ラジオコンピューターというものに侵入してみたかっただけだ。どんな情報が入っているのか気になると。
Don't sweat it, Vato. The password is afterlife death.
アフターライフです。
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
なるほどね。じゃあいいかな。ちょっと待って、これだけいいかな。もう一度聞くぞ。あんたがカニ男なのか。
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
別に何と呼ばれてもいいわけね。でもカニには見えないんだけどね。つまんどう見ても人の動きをしていなかったものでなと。
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
何言ってるか全然わかりません。
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
待てよ、ここにある像は全部あんたが彫ったものなのかと。
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
じゃあ1番にしようかな。顎をさすると。こいつはなかなかいい曲線を描いてるなと。
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
母のため。さっきのステンドグラスに書かれてた女性のことかな。よくわかんないね。カニ男兼木彫り職人になる前は何をしていたんだ？
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
そしたら、もういいか。こんなもんか。そうか、理解した。感謝する。
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation.
話の半分も理解できなかったけど。
However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
そうね。まあ、カニ男の正体が分かったような分かんないような感じだけど、探しているその女性はここにはまだいないのかな。ね。これはなんだ？うん。シルクのスカーフ。お。空き置き。回収しとこう。一応さ、パスワードは聞いたからさ、多分、さっきの、なんだっけ、これ。ラジオコンピューターでもう一回会話すればいいんだろうけど、あと、この穴だよね。
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
この人誰だろうね、一体。
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
ひざまずくところ嫌だ。
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you. As if under a microscope.
そうね。あまりにもこのステンドグラスが大きいから、確かにね、顕微鏡の下に置かれてる気分だ。見上げる。
The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse?
なんだろうね、わかんないや。まあ、普通だったらなんか慈悲の心って言いたいとこだけど、そうね、じゃあ3番にしとこうかな。これは哀悼だ。
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
同じことをする。
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
これ誰なんだ？キム、これは誰だ？
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
ドロレスデイ。この女性が誰だドロレスデイって。この場所を知っていたのか？
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
レバショールは入植者たちによって発見されたわけね。そうだったんだね。それで他にはどんなことを知っていると？
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them. The Seven Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials.
7つの教会があったんだ。でももう1つしか残ってないと。セブンシスターズ、この7姉妹ってさ、主人公がカラオケを歌った時に、このセブンシスターズ、7姉妹っていう、なんかその歌詞が入ってたよね。
We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
そうね。ここになぜ人が寄りつかなくなったのか知っているのか。
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
そうだったの？さっきのカニ男も言ってたよね。警察のそのガサ入れが入ったって。
The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
その強制捜査は誰が実行したんだと。
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
マジで？どういうこと？確実なことは言えないと？
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say precinct 41 was one of them.
それってさ、あれなのかな？主人公関わってんのかな？俺は周囲を見渡すと。俺もここにいたかもしれない。
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
強制捜査が入った理由とかもわかんないんだね。何だったんだろうね。そうね。3番かな。俺がこの場にいたのなら、ここで何をしていたのか突き止めるべきだなと。
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
なるほど。で、さっきからさ、そのホワイトスキルチェックが出てるんだけど、百科事典と、視覚計算か。これちょっとあれだな。装備で補強しといた方が良さそうだな。じゃあ一回背を向けると。なるほどね。このドロレス・デイって人が気になるね。この、書かれてる女性の人。なかなか盛りだくさんな内容だったな。これをちょっと頭の中でまとめるのもまた時間かかりそう。そしたらね、パスワードだよね。
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker comes to.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Sandbrunn. This is the East Insulindian Rapid Station 1. Please, good. Please repeat the password.
アフターライフです。生の後に死だと。
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
はい。
Fortress accident. Is there anything else? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
はい。印刷物を読む。
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise.
51年2月ってことは今年の2月ってことだよね。今なんだっけ？今3月だっけ？それで？
Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
そうね。この記録、今回の事件と何か関係のあるものだと思うか？
Our case? No, I don't think so.It must be some local eccentric.
何のためにここに来たんだろうね、その人はね。2番目のエントリーを読む。
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place. That the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
まあなんとかここに電気を引こうとしてたんだね。
See?Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
もうさ、ハーブとか言うと絶対出てくるよね。待てよ、ハーブ中毒者だと。
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
そうね。さっきのなんだっけ、テントの3人もさ、ハーブ中毒者の巣窟だとか言ってたけど、誰もいないもんね、変なカニ男以外。
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold. And in an awful part of town.
3番目のエントリーを読む。
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
電気を通すことに成功したと。アンテナを立てると。アンテナなんか何に使うんだ？
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
確かにそうなんだけどね。そしたら4番目のエントリーを読む。
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers.
なんかいろんな名前が出てきたけど。
Artists, yet again, harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations like the one here.
なんか芸術家に恨みでもあるんですか？
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
なんだろう、何しようとしたんだろうな。データロス？
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
なるほど。じゃあ、いいや、読んでみようね。5番目のエントリーを読む。
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
はいはい。ストライキが始まったみたいだね、マルティネズで。
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
電波障害ね。6番目のエントリーを読む。
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
次に進む。
Is she talking about?
なんかわかる？なんかわかります、キムさん。7番目のエントリーを読む。
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
静寂の柱ってなんだ？これが何？データロスと関係があるのか？
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
だとして一体何を指している？後ろにある水の入ったたらいを見ると。
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them.
はい。
No ripples.
8番目のエントリーを読む。
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music. One neo-disco song over and over again.
なるほど。テントの3人組のあの音楽を拾っちゃったのかな。
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
そうだね。この少女ってこのエイシルだね。多分カニ男を見て逃げてったんだろうね。9番目のエントリーを読む。
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
これってもしかして、これ主人公たちじゃないの？うちの旧事務所に置いたままのラジオコンピューターにアクセスを試みたって、これ主人公っていうか私じゃないの？あの店の店主っていうと、 あれじゃないの？本屋のプレイザーさんじゃないのかな。これ。1番だよね。これは俺だな。あのラジオコンピューターに侵入しようとしたやつは他ならぬの俺だと。そしてこの天使というのはきっとプレイザンスのことだな。
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
だってさ、機会があったらいじりたくなんじゃん。
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines.
そうね。10番目のエントリーを読む。
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading was interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
誰か来た？
A string
来た。
makes straight for the radio computer.
誰この人？何者だ？めっちゃ顔色悪いよこの人。大丈夫？何主人公たち何も言わないの？
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
すいません。ちょっと勝手に見させてもらいました。
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
またいっぱいあるな、これ。ちょっと待ってね。じゃあね、3番にしようかな。ここへは片手間の用事できた、とあるクラブの主催者を代表していると。
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
女はキーボードからほとんど目を離そうとしない。そしてうなるような音とともに機械が復活すると。
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
何も壊してないと思うよ。
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
はい。わかった。それじゃあ、時間も長くなってきちゃったんで、今回ここで終了したいと思います。ご視聴ありがとうございました。また次回もよろしくお願いします。